The request. Oh, Amy!
Hello, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I don't know why it wouldn't join.
I don't know what's going on, and I'm going to try and connect my to join in from my account as well.
Yeah.
So let me just see if I can do this.
So nobody got to
So
hear you singing a song.
I can do. Oh, sorry, no. Actually, I'll just leave that because it's going to have double volume. How are you?
I'm good. And you?
I'm good. I'm
You
good.
look
You look
lovely.
fabulous.
You too.
Yeah, great for a Tuesday evening. I'm not going anywhere after this.
Yeah.
Will we get started? We have a couple of
Yeah.
people joining, and then we'll get
Perfect.
started. And then this will be recorded, and then it'll be put on a live YouTube stream for Design Source. So this is my
Perfect.
very first time I've ever interviewed anyone, and it's my first time, obviously, to do this on behalf of Design Source. So
Brilliant.
you've done a couple of lives before, though, have you?
I've done one.
Oh,
I've done one for Feng Shui, so yes, a little bit. Um, well, definitely,
brilliant.
I want to say thanks to you actually for having me on, and thanks to Design Source as well for having me on. I'm really happy to be here. It's lovely
Very
to be
good.
asked to be on. Um, yes,
Yeah,
so
Adele had asked me before about doing one of these, and I was like, "Oh God, I don't know. I don't think I would. I don't think I'd feel comfortable." And then I said, "But actually, do you know what? If I could interview Amy about feng shui,
yeah,
I just think that's so interesting because
yeah,
I look at feng shui as the original interior design because it's all about how your house feels and how your house flows, and that's my job, you know.
yes,
So
yeah, yeah,
it's
definitely.
the original kind of from
Hmm.
the oldest form of interior design, as far as I'm concerned. So,
Yeah.
will you tell us a little bit about you and what you
Hmm.
do?
So I started doing feng shui in 2019 in my own house simply because I felt that things were off and there was nothing in particular that I could have put it down to. I just knew that things weren't right. Like the kids were
Mhm.
always at the doctor. One of the kids had anxiety. There was different things going on, and I just literally felt like the walls were coming in on top of me. And I remember standing in the kitchen one day and looking at the living room thinking, I'm taking those curtains down because everything felt like it was coming in on top of me. But I started to look at feng shui through Google in the beginning. And then we were redecorating the kitchen living area at the time. And I based it completely off the principles of feng shui. So before that, I own a hair and beauty salon. It's beauty salon now, but it was hair and beauty for a long time. So I've owned that for the past 18 years. So
Wow.
I was always meeting people every day in the treatment room anyway, and different conversations. We do holistic work in the salon as well. So, I'm used to doing the holistic approach. So started looking into it, started to use those principles in my own house. Definitely felt something shift when we done it, when we redecorated with that in mind. And then I went on from there and I felt like I wanted to learn more. Thought about doing the course and I thought, no, I'm not going to do it. It was just, I felt like I was diving in too deep. And then I had a lady came here and she'd done my house. And from that, I just loved it. And when she came in, she said, you've so much of this already done. And it was just there, it was intuition, really, what I was doing.
Yeah.
And went on then, done another course online. And then I found such a change here. So I went on then from that one and I trained to be a feng shui consultant after that. So I remember saying to my daughter in the car one day, what do you think? Like, will I go further and will I do this to help other people? Because I could see such a change here.
Yeah.
And she agreed. And kids, sometimes they don't always think what we're doing is the best thing. So yes, do you know what? When I heard her saying yes, go for it, I thought definitely that's what I'm going to do. So I still work in the salon. So I do 3 days in the salon and then I do 3 days at this work as well.
That's a lovely mix,
Um,
isn't it?
Lovely. It's really nice. And I'm always working with people. So yes, between my two worlds, yeah, I do lots. Um, so that's how I started. And then for the past, I've been working at it all throughout this year and last year, and the results that people are getting with their homes, it's just brilliant, really
It's
good.
fantastic.
And I'm not saying like I don't tell people that feng shui can fix everything because it can't fix everything, but it can definitely help things to flow easier, without a doubt. And you've experienced that
100%.
in your own house. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I contacted Amy about coming to do a consultation at our house, and like yourself, Amy, kind of always would have had such an interest in it, and would have kind of had an idea around the principles, and would have definitely I'd incorporate that when I'm doing my consultations, when I'm doing my designs, and I kind of do it more and more. And it was more I kind of got you to my house for kind of two reasons. So it's one to kind of for you to do like an assessment on the house and tell me what needed fixing, but also to kind of learn more from you as well, which I
Mm,
did. It was amazing. And yeah, we had massive shifts. Like we
yeah.
had crazy insane stuff happening. You can
Yeah.
see my desk is positioned where it's positioned now
Yes.
because you said
Yeah.
straight away you're in the wrong position there. You have your back to the door and you're missing opportunities coming into you. And so I went and got a desk that I face my door now, and I think within a week, it was like invitations were coming in to do stuff, crazy stuff that I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So,
I remember, yeah. And I
yeah,
remember when I went to visit you, was it the first visit or the second visit? You met me in the door and you said, "Oh my God, I have to tell you." Like there was just so much straight away.
so there was
Yeah,
so much going on, like
yeah,
crazy stuff that like
yeah,
had happened. I won't tell
yeah.
everyone, but I got
No,
like an unexpected sum of money, like 2 weeks after Amy had been to the house and I'd done the things, and I was like, how did this happen? It was unreal. It was a nice
yeah,
sum of money to get, and
yeah.
it was completely unexpected. Um, so kind of what I have some questions here as well that I've been working on. What are some small everyday things that people can do to bring change and balance into their homes?
The most simple, basic things that you can do. I done a 10-day reset a few weeks ago where people signed up. I sent out an email every day for 10 days. And those things are probably the easiest little things that you can do for yourself to get things moving because the energy can get very stuck in your house. And that's what feng shui
Mm.
is about. So it's all about, it's not about your house being messy, or we all have houses that are messy. And like your house doesn't have to be calm and zen all the time. We're only human. We live in our houses. We have kids going here, there, and everywhere. Life is very busy. So it's not that it has to be completely calm because it's never going to be completely calm, but it's just that things flow easier.
Yes.
When you start to feel stuck or heavy or stagnant, usually there's areas in the house that will resemble that then as well. So whether it be like, it can even be as simple as your kitchen cupboards. That was one of the days on the email. Clear out your kitchen cupboards. If your health is not really that good, clear out your kitchen cupboards. Definitely, because old stagnant food can be put to the back of the press and that's
Yeah.
just going to congest that energy there. Simple little things. Cleaning your
What-
windows. Cleaning your
Yeah.
windows is so important because you can see what's coming to you then. So you're opening up the
Okay.
opportunities, you can see what's coming. Cleaning your front door is so
Yeah.
important. Cleaning your front door regular, you are inviting in the energy through your front door. So that is where all the fresh new energy will come in. So if
Brilliant.
you go out, wash it down,
Cleaning your
clear it.
stove as well.
Yes.
Sorry, cleaning your stove. That's one as well.
Yeah.
Your cooker top. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So cleaning the stove, definitely. And using your cooker, that's another big one because if you are not using your cooker, you have untapped resources.
Okay.
And that was, I was doing a house recently and the kitchen had the cooker, but then the utility room had a hob as well that's never used. And I said, start using it because that's untapped resources, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, so simple little things like that. The center of your house is very important as well for health.
Yeah.
So if you, again, are not feeling the best, if your health hasn't been good, always look to the center of your house. So the center of your house and your kitchen would be the two areas that
Um,
I would say.
I remember as well, you came into my office and I had a clock up, and the battery had gone in the clock for I don't know how
Yeah,
long. And you were like, oh my God. Because
get the
that's a
clock
really bad
moving.
thing, isn't it? It's
It
what
just,
was
it
it?
keeps life stuck. So you're
Yeah.
going to keep that energy just stuck, stagnant. Life is not going to be moving forward. And it depends. Like, I divided your house out in the directions that your Bagua map was over your house plan. So you
Yeah.
know what each area is associated with. So if you have a clock stuck in your, say, your wealth, abundance, prosperity area, which
Yeah.
I had a clock not moving there for years. And
Okay.
um, that area, like obviously your finances are not going to be flowing the way they should be.
Yeah.
Or you might be feeling quite stuck with your finances. It could be your career and life's journey area. You could be feeling really stuck in your career. And the same comes down to artwork. Artwork is huge with what it resembles in life and how you want it to work for you. So I would always make sure that if you buy artwork, you're happy with the artwork, that you like
Yeah.
what it resembles, that it's an image that's going to support you, that it is flowers in bloom, it's plants, it is like moving water, that it's not stagnant water, or it's
Yeah.
not rough seas. A rough, choppy seas, I wouldn't really like either, because it can show like rough seas in that area of your life. So there's lots of different little things that, and that's all intentional feng shui.
And
So
you were saying as well, I remember when you came to my house, because I think we were in the little one's room and they have a cushion with no riffraff.
yeah,
Um, and you were kind of saying, like those kind of slogans on
yes,
places that sometimes
yeah,
like that's subliminal messages that will like go through to
yes.
people.
Yes, absolutely. And sometimes when we put up those images or artwork or phrases or whatever it may be, like whether it be the cushion or a picture or whatever, like you can invite that into your life. So you're saying no riffraff, but really it's nearly drawn that to you.
Yes, yeah. You're
All those
manifesting it in
sarcastic
a way.
images are not really great. In my own mother's house, she won't mind me saying it, I actually made her take down all of these sarcastic signs that she had in her kitchen area,
Okay.
because that's what it's just going to keep bringing to you.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
100%. Oh, one, I have this out because
good.
this is the best one ever. This is the best one ever. So we had like we with money coming in, but we were
Mhm.
like, where's the money going? Constantly.
Yes,
Like the money was coming in and it was just going out again.
yeah,
And the advice was put a red ribbon around all your drain pipes
yes,
on your waste pipes.
yes,
So did this, and actually we had a leaking tap, a dripping tap. So the advice was like, that's your money just dripping out, and you're
yes,
not like securing your money. And so straight away, Lara just like disconnected the tap
yeah,
and put these ribbons on, and it was so bizarre how that like within a week, I remember I'd like got an email from someone saying, "Oh, we owe you a refund on this. It's 400
hmm,
euros. We've just transferred it over to your bank account." And I was like, "Oh my God!" Like I'd
yeah,
completely forgotten about it. And a couple of other things had happened where it's like, "Oh my God, that's something else coming into the house." So, like,
yeah.
tie red ribbons around your waste
The
pipes.
waste
It's
pipe, yes.
consistent.
So
Yeah,
not the pipe coming in, the waste pipe. Yeah,
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 yeah.
underneath the sink.
Can you share a project or a story where a simple change made a massive shift?
There's one house in particular that sticks out to me, that the career had been stagnant for the couple since they moved into the house. And one, he ended up very sick actually. So he ended up very sick, and there was a particular picture actually that was in the bedroom that I had spotted in somebody else's house. Um, and there was a huge shift when it was removed from the other house. And I don't usually tell
Mhm.
people get rid of something. That's not what I
Yeah.
do. That's your decision. I will advise, but it's not that I will say take it out. But this couple in particular, when I went there, the career and life's journey area was literally missing from the floor plan. So it wasn't
Okay.
there at all. So you know the way we remedied your house a little bit for missing area,
Yeah.
but this full section was gone. So the career and life's journey wasn't there. And so we remedied, and quite soon after, she had started back into work as well, or started back into practicing what she was going to work at. But a health issue that this man had actually resolved. He had been quite sick, and so the picture was, the steel beam in New York, where the
Yeah.
men
With the
sitting on the
guys
steel
on
beam.
top. Yeah.
Yeah, and this picture was this man. had this in his room, and he had been given this as a gift, and he ended up, I think it was within 2 weeks after, he went for surgery that was supposed to be quite standard and straightforward, but he ended up in ICU for 3 weeks. And they removed the picture anyway, but he went back for a follow-up procedure for something else that I think might have been linked to it. And when he went back in, he was under sedation and everything, but they didn't have to do what they needed to do. It had
Oh, wow.
resolved. Now, I'm
Okay.
not saying that it fixes everything, and it, I'm not saying it could be coincidence either, but you don't know. I can't put it 100% down to it, but definitely that image had an impact.
I just kind of think with everything in life, if you want to like my goal when I go into someone's house is to make it the best house it can possibly be for
Yeah,
them. And
yeah,
if that's like my impact, a builder's impact, a feng shui expert,
yeah,
like do everything. Why would you not
yeah,
do everything to make your life
absolutely.
like as best as you can possibly and abundant as you can possibly
Yeah.
be, as
And
healthy
that
as you
this
can possibly
man,
be?
that man in particular actually said to me, "Do you work with architects?" Because he said this is so important from day one,
Yeah.
just from the ground up to get it right.
And
It
that
would
was
save
my next
so much in the
question.
end.
Yeah,
Mm.
like kind of what way would you work then? Would you like kind of go in from the beginning where an architect is? Would you go in once walls have been built? What way would you?
You can go in at the architect stage. You can go in at any stage, but you
Yeah,
can start at the architect stage, definitely.
yeah,
I was on a, I worked for a lady last night where she's thinking of buying a house, and she had asked me to check out the house before she purchased.
wow,
So when I checked it out last night, it was supportive for people. No, sorry, it was supportive for finances, but it wasn't supportive for people.
okay,
Um, we can remedy that. That's okay. It's, anything can be remedied, but obviously, if you can get it right from the beginning, that's brilliant. So it wasn't supportive for that. And then also, there was quite heavy energy in, say, one of the bedrooms, and the living room underneath it had the heaviest energy in the house. And I've been talking to you about that as well. And every house has good and bad energy. And it's just so now we're getting into classical feng shui. So up to now we've just been speaking about intentional, but this is
yeah,
classical feng shui where you figure out the energy. So inside the house, so you'll have the external energy where you've got your house type. Okay, so that's determined from when the year that the roof went on the house and the sitting and the facing direction of your house. So it's like a horoscope for your house. It's where we
yeah,
get the analysis. And then from that we can tell the house type and the energy that moves around within the house. You can also tell if the house has gone into a lock for people or a lock for money, and that can be for 1 year or for 20 years. So that's all included in what I do. I look at both classical and intentional feng shui when I work on a house. Um, so this girl in particular, the living room and the bedroom up over it had the heaviest energy. So I recommended to her, it's not the end of the world. I wouldn't say no to the house. It can be remedied, it's fine. But what I would say is that not to use that bedroom as their master bedroom. So
yes,
you don't want to be sleeping in that area that has those permanent numbers that are quite heavy.
okay,
So you'll always have two numbers that are permanent, and then you'll have your annual number that moves around every year, and that's how the energy changes and the energy shifts. And it's how you might have a really good year in your career, and then you could have a year that's not so good, because the energy has moved. But that's where we bring in the elements. Like you've got your elements placed in different locations in your house, so
yeah,
that's like acupuncture for the house. So like you've got metal, you've got red earth, so you've got
yeah.
your salt lamps, terracotta, you've got your moving water, all of those things. So once we know the energy that's in it, we can place these elements in the correct areas to balance that energy. And
It was
like,
really funny. Sorry, Amy. Sorry.
well,
I was just going to say it was really funny. You'd been here, and I put some of the elements into the house. Like we've metal all over the house, like
yeah,
dumbbells and like big weights from windows, old windows and stuff.
yeah,
But you'd been here, and I'd done like some of the work that you told me to do, and put some of the remedies in place. And my mother-in-law was out, and she wouldn't kind of put too much pass on this, like, and
hmm
I hadn't really said too much about it, and But she walked in and she was like, "Your house feels so much lighter. What's different?" I
Yeah.
was like, "Wait till I tell you." And she
Yeah.
couldn't believe it. She couldn't
Yeah.
believe like that all these things had made such
Yeah.
a difference. But you could feel the house had changed. The
Mm.
energy in the house went up. Um, Everything got like, dare I say, a little bit more harmonious as well
Yeah.
between
Yeah.
people. Like,
Yeah.
now the kids are still killing each other, like
And
in
they
their
will, and that's
yeah,
life, and that's normal. My own do as well, and that's why I will say it's never completely calm. It can't be completely
yeah,
calm. You know,
yeah,
it's only normal. Like they have to live as well. But in relation to that house with the heavy numbers,
yeah.
where that metal is needed in that house is going to need metal nearly permanently. So you know the
Okay,
way I would say to you that elements move from area to area, you know, depending on the year. This house is always going to need metal in those two areas. It's actually
okay,
four areas that it's needed. Um, so in relation to interior design, that's where when you're designing then you can incorporate a permanent metal piece
yeah,
into that area. You know that that can sit there long term.
yeah.
And it doesn't have to be like the weights or the dumbbells
That
or
could even
the
be like a
window weights.
radiator or something, couldn't it?
Yes,
Do
so
you know,
you can
like
use
a
your cast iron radiators. Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You could do
to
something like
store
that,
that weight. Yeah.
a sculpture or
Because
something.
yeah, because this house in particular needs 25 kg of metal in four
Wow.
areas permanently.
Okay.
You know, and then once every 9 years, then it's going to move up to 32 kg. You know,
It's
so
so
then you can add
interesting.
in. Yes.
There's so many layers to it and so many levels to it. And I know when you done your report for me, it was like a really thick report. And I'm dyslexic and ADHD, so I can't read it. So Amy was really lovely. She came over and she went through all the report with me, and it was amazing. And like even like follow up stuff, it was so good that you could like, it was easy to contact you and you'd be really helpful with it. Do you often, what kind of a service can you do for interior designers and architects?
So to work with interior design, do you mean to work with interior designers and architects directly or for the client?
Well, like let's say if I was working on a house and I wanted your input on a house where I
Yes.
could base my design around Feng Shui practice.
Yes. So that's where I would look at the house, I would look at the plan, as in get the directions of the house and figure out what each area is associated with, and then you would look at the people who are going to be living in the house because you need to know their personal trigram. So each person, like what I done for your house, each person has their own best personal directions. So you need to set those people up in the best positions to sleep, to eat, to study, you know, all of that. If they've got
Yeah,
a home office, they need to be working in a good position. So that's where, you know, you could tie that in there at that design stage. Now, if they wanted to go further and implement remedies, you know, that's when we could really, you know, go further into the analysis, see what the energy is in the home, and then work with. So if there's energy, if there's elements that need to be there permanently, you know, you could work with that in your design then as well.
brilliant.
There's another house that I worked on recently, and in the family and community area, she had said to me that she'd love to have a burnt orange sofa. And when I done up her report and looked at it, that area actually needs fire remedy.
Perfect.
And honestly, so perfect. And 6 years out of a 9 year cycle, it's going to need that remedy. So that's brilliant. You know, and I'd say
And
go
they
ahead,
do.
absolutely
Yeah,
do it. And then, you know, if we need to change up the remedy for those other 3 years, that's fine. We'll just obviously keep the sofa. We don't need to move it, but
yeah,
you can just add the other element when it's needed.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's so.
Like,
I also wanted to ask, is there some small things that people can change in their house, like from that they can get off this live and say, right, I'm going to go do this now, or I'm going to go do that? Is there some small things that you think, or would that be kind
so
of going back to like your 10-day thing that you were
go
talking
back
about?
to the 10-day reset, definitely. Clear out the presses, clear out the attic, clear like so energy will get stuck where there is clutter.
Yeah.
And so a messy house is completely different than a cluttered house.
Yes.
So I always say like the dishwasher needing to be done, the loads of washing waiting to be done. That's normal. That's everyday life. So that is completely different. But if you have areas that are completely weighed down heavy with clutter, that's
Yeah.
going to be huge because it's the emotion that is connected to that clutter. And
Yeah.
that's what we can't let go of. It's the emotion that we can't deal with. And that's how the clutter keeps building. Um, and I will even say here, like my own attic. So you've seen that I've done that
Yeah, gorgeous.
since
Yeah,
Christmas. So before that, Emma, you wouldn't get up here. There was so much clutter, and it was baby
yeah.
stuff, it was teddies, it was toys, it was clothes, it
That's
was
what I
all of
need.
that. And it was the emotion that I couldn't let go of the baby stage.
Yeah,
And I had to deal with it myself. I had to literally go through it piece by piece. And do you know what? I had put it off for so long and I dreaded it. I nearly felt sick at the thoughts of it.
yeah,
But as I let it go, I got 3 boxes and I kept all the pieces that I wanted for each of the kids. And then I
yeah,
just let everything else go. I said, this is it,
yeah.
has to be done. And the difference, when I done that, the kitchen actually felt different. I can't explain it. Like I was in the
Okay,
attic
yeah.
for at least 2 weeks solid. Nobody's seen me for about 2 weeks. And I'm not joking. I done very little work in the kitchen in that time, and the kitchen felt totally different. It was like a weight had lifted off.
It's so
So
funny. It's like, do you remember when you were here and we have a spare room downstairs?
yes.
And it's very much our clutter room because, you know, it's only there for if
Yeah.
we have visitors. But I had this big dresser in there and it was just full
Yes.
of crap, like, and it all the shelves were just full of stuff like that that I didn't want to let
Hmm.
go of. But and it was like, oh, I can't throw that away, but I put it in there because there's space for it. And then you went in and are like, this is Lara's area. What does Lara think? My husband, what
Yes.
does Lara think of this area? And I was like, oh, he hates this room. He never comes in.
Yeah.
He never comes in past the threshold, like.
Yeah.
And we were doing our downstairs loo at the time, and he was just being really slow about kind of finishing it, and it was really driving me mad. And that was right beside the bedroom. And
Hmm.
you said you had said like this is Lara's area in the house, this is his zone, and you
Yeah.
know like it's causing subliminally it's causing him to feel stagnant because everything is cluttered in here
Yeah.
and it's not fresh, and he always hated that big stand. So anyway, we cleared it out, we cleared out the room. I done it all. He was away on a stag or something and I'd done it
Okay.
before he came back, and as soon as he came back he went into the room and he was like, oh, this is actually a really nice room, isn't it? He said we might decorate this one next, and I was like, my God. And then literally the next day he went in and finished the bathroom next
Yeah.
door. I was texting you saying that worked.
Yeah. It does. So
I think it's
everybody has
related.
their own area, and like that, it will have an impact. And I always write that on a report.
Yeah,
When I'm breaking down the areas, and I will always say this area is associated with whoever. And if they're feeling off, check this area because definitely it will have an impact. And my poor husband now at the minute, so the bits that have gone down from the attic are in our spare room at the minute, and that area is associated with my husband. So that needs a clear out now as well. Because
yeah,
it's not fair because you don't want to congest an area on
yeah,
somebody.
yeah. And
Um,
now because I've a couple of projects on at the moment, and like it's our storage room, I have it all cleared out, but it's full of all stuff that I have ready to go to installation for clients.
yeah.
And even center of the house in our hall, it's full of boxes. Um, and I can feel the house, and I'm like that going, I need to get a
Yes.
storage container sorted, and I need to get all this stuff out of the house as soon as possible.
Well, what I'd say there is it is moving, so it's not staying there long
Yeah,
term. So don't ever panic if it's going to be moving on within a week or within 2 weeks. Don't panic. It's not creating too much trouble.
yeah,
But if it's there long term, yes, it's going to definitely play havoc. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that people can do, to do a quick reset in their house?
yeah,
So even wardrobe. So your wardrobe is your own personal feng shui. So again, each person has their own personal trigram, and you will see the colors that suit you, the colors that you shouldn't wear. So some colors will be good for our energy, some colors will deplete our energy. So your wardrobe should kind of resemble that as well. The colors in your
yeah,
wardrobe should be something that you can walk in, pick up, wear, and it's going to support you as you wear it. Same with your handbag, same with your wallet. Everybody should have the colors that support them, like they should be in their best directions as well. Clearing out, I had another lady who actually said to me she cleared out her wardrobe. So there was a huge amount of her older clothes from, say, from before when she had the children, and she didn't want to let them go. but she did after I was with her, and she sent me a message a while after. She lost 2 stone after clearing out those clothes. Like, yeah, it's
We'll all be
unbelievable.
doing that tonight.
Honestly, clear it out. And you know what?
Yeah,
If it doesn't fit anymore, just let it go, because you want to go to your wardrobe and take out whatever and feel good in it. Like, that's what it should be about.
100%. Yeah.
And that's your personal feng shui. Um, I'm trying to think inside the house, anything else to do. So clean the front door, clean the back door. So your front door is associated with your main income, and your
Okay.
back door is associated with your extra income. So
Okay.
always make sure that you clean both doors and like have your welcome mat. Make sure lights are working. That is a huge thing for people. Go around your house and make sure that all the bulbs are working everywhere, because
Okay.
that's really big. I would have had a spell where I was feeling really burnt out, and the lights underneath the pelmet in the kitchen, they always kept flashing. They never stopped. And anytime I stood there, they started flashing.
Mhm.
Um, so watch out for burnt out light bulbs, because it's a sign of burnout for the people that are
That
living
is
in the
that's
house.
so interesting because I noticed last week that in our master bedroom the one of the bulbs has gone in my light fitting and it's really annoying me. Now we hardly ever turn on the main light, but it was on the
Do
other night.
change it.
We like, hello, are you burnt out?
Yeah,
Yes.
do definitely
Um,
change that light bulb.
there was another thing as well I remember that you said at our house, and it was really interesting. Like we had storage of shoes beside the back door, and
Yes.
we'd always come in and out through our back door. We're a country house, like, and
Yeah.
you were saying, does this house always feel like everyone's rushing and racing and
Yeah.
like catch up on yourselves? And it's like, yeah. And you said like it's the shoes by the door that's causing that. So we got some large baskets and
Hmm.
we moved them into the other hall so that to get them away from the door as you'd be passing.
Yes. And was there a difference?
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
And I've noticed
So
they're starting to build up again in there, and I'm like, come on, now we need to help ourselves here.
yeah, definitely. So coats and shoes right at the door is a sign of always being on the go. And again, I'm not saying that you can't do it, but it is going to have that impact. And I know lives are very busy, and you come in the door, take
Yeah,
off the shoes, whatever. But just like that, have a basket, have them out of sight. I don't mind the
yeah,
basket being there, but just get them into it.
yeah,
And I have to remind my own lads here of it here sometimes as well, especially the youngest. He comes in the door and wherever they land, and that's it.
yeah.
But do keep them away and don't store things underneath the bed, actually, because that's something when you say about shoes, I see one of them here has lined up shoes underneath the bed. So
Okay.
don't store items underneath the bed as well, because you want the energy to flow. So
And
if the
you see
bed has,
that can be a tricky one because it like if you're low on storage space, you would
yeah,
recommend like, an ottoman bed that you can use
yes,
that storage underneath. So are you saying keep nothing in under the bed, like even if it was suitcases or
yeah.
pillows or duvets or that kind of thing?
So if it's an ottoman bed, or if you can see underneath the bed, I would store it from the waist down. So
Okay.
not from the waist up, make sure it's to the bottom half of the bed.
Why is that?
Okay. To let the energy move around.
Right.
Yeah. So you need to wake up from your sleep feeling refreshed. And if you've got a lot in underneath that bed, your body is not going to be able to be energized the way it should be.
Okay. Brilliant.
Okay.
Brilliant.
And hoover, make sure you hoover in underneath the bed as well. Clear out any of that dust, because dust is stagnant energy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the other one? Broken mirrors.
Oh, I would definitely take them out. And I know I don't say about taking out too much. I take it out, let it go. Broken mirrors, anything, do you know what? Anything that's broken,
Yeah.
because I'm not saying get rid of everything that's broken, but if you can't fix it, then I
Why?
would consider, yeah,
Yeah.
get rid of it, because anything that's broken is going to deplete your energy. Every time you see that, it's going to bring your energy down. And the same with photographs. Make sure that photographs are on happy occasions, that nobody's having an argument that day, or it's just going to bring you straight back to that feeling of that argument on that day every time you see it. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying to get rid of it, store it in an album, that's fine, but just don't have it displayed on your walls.
Yeah. You were saying that as well about people that have passed, I remember.
Yes. What I
And
would have
is
said
that
was,
Not to
not to
have it in
have
the
it
bed or
in the
something.
bedroom. Yes. So
Yeah,
no pictures of family members in the bedroom.
yeah.
So no pictures of kids in the bedroom. So in an adult's bedroom, your bedroom is for rest, romance, and relaxation. So
Don't
don't
want the kids
have
looking at us.
no, don't have family photos in the bedroom. Have a picture of you and your partner on a happy occasion in the
Okay,
bedroom.
yeah.
And also don't have photographs of people over a fireplace. Do you remember I said this to you as well?
Yes, yes.
It can
Yeah, I
cause,
could change my one. Yeah, cause
yeah,
arguments.
it can cause arguments between the people. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
So,
know the one as well about like kind of because I'd never do this, like put a mirror over a fireplace.
yes,
Does that like cause fiery energy too?
I don't mind the mirror over the fireplace.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind the mirror over the fireplace, but I definitely would not put the family over the fireplace. Yeah.
Okay. And not on mirrors. Mirrors are so important and placement of mirrors, aren't they?
And powerful.
Really powerful. Like
Yes.
you can't have a mirror or a screen facing your bed because
Yes.
that's really bad for your energy.
It can disrupt your sleep and it can actually, if you've got any health issues, it can nearly double your health issues.
It compounds
So
them more so than
yes,
reducing
yeah.
them. Yeah,
So if
yeah,
you think about your mirror, whatever your mirror reflects, it's going to double and bring into your life. So always make sure that whenever you look at the mirror, whatever's in the background, that you're happy with it. That you don't want a mirror reflecting like a pile of clutter or a pile of ironing or that kind of
yeah.
thing.
No one
There was
wants
another
double piles of ironing.
there was a house lately actually that I worked with, and she said she just felt like it was endless laundry all the time, washing, drying, ironing, the whole lot. And when we were doing the walkthrough on the house, she hangs her washing on the she's an open stairs, hangs the
Yeah.
washing on the stairs, but the mirror is reflecting it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in front of a mirror. So place fresh plants, flowers, anything that resembles something that you love, basically.
And do you know on plants as well, you're not a fan of artificial plants.
No, no.
Yeah. Explain
Again,
that one.
stagnant energy. You want the energy to be moving, to be fresh. You want vitality. Like you don't want heavy, dull, stagnant energy. Now, I do have a couple of pieces downstairs. So my sister made a couple of wreaths for me,
Yeah.
with artificial flowers. I do have them, and I'm not letting them go. So clean them regular. Make sure that they're aired, cleaned. Even hoover along them, put the hair dryer on them to get the dust out of
Yeah.
them. Those kind of things. But I wouldn't have a lot of artificial flowers because it's
Yeah.
just stagnant energy. Bring fresh flowers, bring fresh plants into your home, definitely.
Yeah.
And it will lift the energy in the house.
What are your top tips then for, I'm reading a question now. What are your top tips for keeping your own home feeling calm and energized?
I do, if it feels really heavy or really chaotic, I will definitely do a space clearing on it. So do you remember I would have done the space clearing for you?
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
might be where your mother-in-law felt that lightness.
Yes.
So I would clear it. I would open up all the doors, all the windows. I would go around with sound first. So like that, I would go with the drum, or you can go with a bell. You can clap into the corners and walk around the house. So I come in the front door, I go left, I go into all of the rooms, go left. I finish that out then, and then I go with sage or Palo Santo or incense or anything like that at all to clear the energy. So just to remove anything stagnant or of a lower vibration. Walk around the house, same thing in the front door, turn left, go around the whole house, up the stairs, do
Yeah.
everywhere, have a window open in each room. And then when you're done with that, you can go in with healing sprays. So you can go with rose water or your essential oils mixed with water and just spray your whole house and then bring in the fresh energy and the intentions of what you want for your house, whether it be happiness, joy, health, peace, love, abundance, whatever you want to bring in, that's what you bring at that stage.
And
So
it brings a
that's a big
massive
one.
shift, doesn't it?
Or
That's a massive shift that you notice
yeah,
straight away.
it is definitely. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it is a big shift. So that's one thing that I would do myself, and anybody can do it. Anyone can do that. So clearing out your house, open the windows regular, open your front and back door regular is
Yeah.
definitely really important. And do you know what? I don't even do that often enough because the days pass by, you
I
nearly
know.
have to set a reminder to do it.
Yeah.
Or when
I
you come
think
down the
people do.
stairs, do it first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
And like that, we live in the country, the back door is used all the time.
Yeah.
Um, I would make sure that the clutter is definitely sorted. And do you know what? We'll always have clutter. You know,
Yeah.
that's a
That's right.
constant battle that we're all faced with. You know, you're always moving things on, but just keep that going, keep that energy moving. Always watch out for the burnt out light bulbs. Watch out for the clocks being stopped. Watch out for dark corners as well, I would say. I would
Okay.
have
That's
lamps.
another.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would
So,
have lamps everywhere.
yeah.
So watch out for those dark corners. Um, Clear down like the cobwebs, do all of that because again, like that stagnant energy at your front door, make sure the cobwebs are cleaned down the back door because they do build so quick.
Mhm.
Um, what else? Light up the outside of your house. So, you know, make sure that the lights are working outside your front door, outside your back door. Um, I'm trying to think what else.
Do you know one of the
So,
things I'm gonna talk to you about? You know, like kind of because we're coming up to Christmas, and I heard this before because, like I say, I've been following it as well,
mhm,
to your extent whatsoever, because of
yeah.
what I think is so interesting. And it was advice that, you know, at Christmas, that people can be, families get together and stuff, and then there can be arguments at Christmas time. But it's because there's so much red in the
It's
room,
all
like
the fire.
it's all
All
the
the fire.
fire energy
Yeah.
is causing the
Yeah.
argument. And I
Yes.
think the advice was if an argument starts around the kitchen table or something, just clear up the kitchen tablecloth and the napkins and get rid of them and open
Yeah.
the doors. And like, so that is a real thing, isn't it?
Yes. So the fire element. And like that, I'm lucky enough, my kitchen area needs fire. So where the dining table is, it's fine. It needs fire. But
Brilliant.
yes, if it didn't need it, yeah, it can cause arguments at Christmas time. Do you remember I actually said to you about where to place your Christmas tree?
No, actually.
Do you
Where?
remember where you moved the orange chair?
Yes,
You brought an orange chair out. Do you remember I said the possibility there was more of a possibility of accidents with metal?
yes.
And you brought the chair out. And do you remember we said about the Christmas tree there, where your
Yeah,
big piece of art is, or at
yeah,
that door?
yes.
Yeah,
That's where I keep
because
my Christmas tree.
yes, yeah.
That's a good.
And so
Um,
if you feel that there is too many arguments, try not to have too much red. Now we are going away from a lot of the red.
Well, like it's not that we. I'm not saying my house. We're not all
No,
our
houses in general, yeah.
Well, and I love red at Christmas. Christmas to me is red and it's green
Yeah.
and it's gold, and I'm a real
Yes.
traditional at Christmas. But another one I just thought was really interesting. I remember when you came into our kitchen and I had one of those metal magnets and on it beside the
Yes.
cooker, and you were like, "Oh my
Hmm.
God, take that down straight away. That's dangerous." And it's the spiky energy from the knives as well can
Yes.
cause arguments.
So absolutely.
I'm not saying that our house is full of arguments. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? But
No,
I just think
but
these are really good things that people should know.
yes. So the knives, cactus. So
Yes.
cactus plants are very important as well. Anything with prickly energy can cause arguments. So the knives, any sharp objects in the kitchen should be stored in the presses.
Yeah.
And kitchens actually ideally shouldn't be red. So
Okay.
yes, so in design, like kitchens, a red kitchen can cause arguments or hot tempers.
Okay.
So the kitchen ideally should be blue, green, white, cream, earth tones is better.
Lovely.
Again, another tip for the kitchen as well is if your cooker and your sink are opposite each other, to put a green tea towel or a green rug down on the floor to ground the energy because they'll conflict off each other.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, what else? So I'm just trying to think of all the different kitchen bits and pieces. So
No.
there's so much. There is
But
literally
there's
so
so much.
much.
There's so much in it, and I think
Yes.
we're kind of up at nearly 50 minutes now, which flew
Yeah.
by. So we probably need to wrap it up. Tell people where they can find you, Amy.
So on Instagram at the moment, now I do need to get my website done. So Instagram, it's This Is Home Feng Shui Living. and I am on TikTok as well.
Very good.
But I do need to get my website done, definitely.
Yeah,
So hopefully that will be done quite soon. And even, do you know what? If anyone is interested in getting the emails that I'm doing up, don't be afraid to send me a message and I'll add you to the email list as well.
that'd be amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really good for people. Cool.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Do you know
Lovely to
what?
see you. Yeah.
I don't know. Did I answer a question? Did I mention earlier where I trained? Somebody had put in a question. I put up a
Okay.
question box earlier and so many people sent well wishes, but there was a
Ah,
question in particular about where I trained.
well.
And it was the International School of Feng Shui, just in case that person is watching as well.
Okay, excellent, excellent. I don't think my followers were able to like join in this because they had to come over to be in Design Source. So we'll be sharing this on the
Yes.
socials and on YouTube. But thank you so much, and thanks to everyone that came in and enjoyed. And you've been sending me lovely messages. Thank you. It's gorgeous. And Amy, I will chat to you really soon.
Thank you so much. Thanks a million. And
Take care.
thanks to Design Source. Thanks a million.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.